What's up, guys? So I have here the Ecosystem by Pimoroni. It's another open source game console. I bought this one recently and wanted to give it a go, and it's pretty good. It's pretty solid. The instructions for it are mostly just done by the forums. I didn't find any videos on how to upload code to them. So I thought I would do that here just to give like a quick how-to, because it did kind of leave out some of the stuff on the forum that I think could be helpful, or if you just didn't want to spend the time reading. So you definitely should do this on a Linux computer. I've had limited success on a Windows 10 system because of just the way it compiles. I believe it's possible. It But even after that, a lot of the forums when it comes to like specific questions are usually done in Linux, so it's probably just easier just to get like a Raspberry Pi. So this is here is what I have in the background is a Raspberry Pi. And then another thing is this uses a USB Type C cable. So I have a USB to USB Type C cable here that I'm just going to plug it into the back for now. But let's go ahead and jump on over and I'll show you how to upload this for the future. So yeah, the camera's also pretty grainy, but it's not a major part of this. So we'll go ahead. So this is just a Raspbian. What I'm working in here. Don't have to do too much. So just open up the terminal here. And if you don't necessarily need VNC, that's what I'm using here to log into the Raspberry Pi. You don't necessarily need this. You can do this with just hooking it in a monitor and keyboard and just running that way if it's easier to actually see it, or you can log in through SSH or some other means. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to install the programs we need, mainly CMake, GCC ARM. So let's see, we'll just copy and paste it. I'm just going to paste in everything just to make things go faster. Also, in addition, I've already downloaded this stuff, so I'm going to get a lot of warnings of you've already installed this. So it's not super necessary because some of this stuff can take a while to install. So figure no need to have you guys sit through all that. So this is just like it's starting up. Already, yeah. So it basically just gave me the same warning, which I've already installed this recently, so it's just giving me that kind of warning. So next we're going to get it off of Git. So this is the SDK package. So clone Raspberry Pi SDK Git Pico. So it's just going to create a folder inside our home, which we already have. Next, we're going to make a path for it. And so then echo export path. So we're adding that to our path. Start once again, already exist. And as always, I'm going to leave a link to this, or to the where I'm getting all this information from. I'm mostly just copying it over. So next we're going to get the git clone from just another file. This is past the SKD. This is the actual program itself. So if we were to open it up, the file that we just added and added a path for is here. This is the SDK file. So next we're going to add in our ecosystem. This is where you would actually build a game in, or something similar. If you were to build a game, it would be in a separate file. Once again, but not an empty. We're not gonna. There's nothing in there. Too worried. And then now we're going to add a file. We're going to add where we're actually going to build. So make directory Picosystem, the file we just loaded in /build. So if I were to bring this over just a little bit, we'll bring this here, open this up and minimize it. Bring it that over just a little bit, just to show you what I'm talking about. This is the Picosystem. This is the build. This is the file we just made. Next, we're going to CD into it. So paste. So yeah, now we're CD'd into it, and then we're actually going to CMake the system above it. So we're going to CMake, move out of a directory, compile that all back into our build. So configuring, this might take a minute. Excellent. And then finally, we're going to make it. So it's installing. This took a couple of minutes. But here it's going to go a lot faster. So then it's already built. So everything's set. We're already done. That's pretty much all you need to do. So if we were to go back to our files over here, move over some. So this is everything that was generated inside of build. So these are kind of what, if you're making a game, kind of what you would expect to see. I'm not going to go too deep into what all these mean here. Maybe in a different video. This is just to pull in one example. So if we go to our examples folder under our build, I don't want to rename it, examples. Let's just take in, for example, Snake. The only file we really care about is our .uf2 file. So I'm going to bring the camera back up. So yeah, it's pretty bright. So I'm just going to just drop that down. Touch something, that's fine. So all we have to do is grab our cable, plug it in from the top, and then the X button here, I'm going to hold down on that and then press the top one. So that'll put it in. This is the way that it loads. I'm trying to think of the exact name of it. What's it called? Oh, DF2, device firmware update. So I'm going to go ahead and close the camera again. So then this will come up. It'll just come up kind of as a removable disk. And then just going to say OK. So this is what's in the file. Let go of that. So if we go back to our system, that's not under system, it's under home. Wrong thing. I was thinking of something else. Anyway, Picosystem. Back to our it's right here. So we want to go back to our build examples. Snake. Grab the UF file. We're just going to copy it. Just going to go all the way back to our media. Paste it. And then immediately it's going to eject itself. So once you load it, it will eject, and then it's done. All you have to do is just copy and paste it in. So we'll open the camera back up here. So yeah, and then and the game's already loaded. I'm going to try and zoom in here. It's a little hard to see, but now it's playing Snake. And that's all it takes. I can grab it. But yeah, so that's pretty much all it takes to upload to this. If you guys are looking for a way of actually making games to take on the next steps, just leave a comment. If you found this video helpful, for sure, definitely leave a like. I can definitely do more with this. If you don't have a Linux system, I would say probably invest in a Raspberry Pi to make it a little bit easier. You could get away with using Windows 10, but you'll suffer some issues later on if you're looking for extra help, because that's what most people in the forums tended to use. It also helps because you have a lot of way of getting through your permissions and stuff like that. But thanks, guys. As always, need anything else that you would like to see, just leave a comment. I like to read your guys' comments, and I'll see you later.